is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got another video for you. We're doing the data sheet for Death Guard. I cannot wait to put Death Guard on the table. I've been wanting to play them for a while now. Just with LVO coming up, we had to practice with Chaos Space Marines. Now that they got completely shafted, we just did a video on that. So check that out if you play Chaos. But we're going to be excited to talk about Death Guard today. We're going over the data sheet, some of the points changes, the rules commentary, anything that we can come up with for list ideas. And then if you are new, hit the subscribe. We're trying to get up to 10,000 in the next month, and it's all thanks to you guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We did get ranked number 2 Chaos Space Marine player in the world for 2023, right after LVO. So we know a little bit about the competitive scene. If you guys want to get in the competitive Dirtbags, hit me up on Discord over on Patreon. But I appreciate all my Patreons. Wouldn't be doing this without you. So let's get into the video, guys. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. What you liked, didn't like, what your biggest likes to the changes or dislikes to the changes, leave in the comments. We could all talk about it below. So biggest thing in the commentary right here, nothing. Really nothing. The Byleth's Putrefier did get a little nerf with Death Guard. We were running 3 of these guys. They are still really good because they crit on 5s in melee and shooting. But the biggest change is they changed it to basically the Warlord or the Chaos Lord CP stratagem where you can only use it once per turn. So in your shooting phase, you can select one model from your army with this ability. It used to be you could just do this, and if you had 3 of them, they could all do it at the same time. Now it's once per turn, so if you have 3 of them, in 3 turns, you'll be able to do all 3. But you can also still do it if they already did it. So you can still technically do 2 grenades in the same turn. So that's not bad. Not a huge nerf. And then right here, the characteristics. So enemy units within container range of it will have their characteristic modified. They added that keyword because they actually changed that in the rules commentary, which actually was huge for us and the Grandmaster for Grey Knights, if you guys play Grey Knights. But all right, so they changed this. Not arriving from, it was the buff. Here we go. Why couldn't they do this months ago? Like, this should have been in the beginning of the 40k 10th edition. Ignoring modifiers. Give us a freaking list of what you ignore. Like, it's not that hard. Just say, hey, if you ignore everything, you ignore all this. If you don't ignore everything, you ignore this. So they finally did it, guys. At Nova, if you guys are on the East Coast, it's in DC, I believe. They rolled against this. So Trajan, Grandmaster, Morty, all that stuff didn't really ignore anything. It was kind of pointless bringing them, and I was kind of bummed about it because I had the Grandmaster and I was ignoring Trajan's -1 damage, all that stuff. They rolled against me. But we were playing it right all along, where when an ability allows you to ignore modifiers to a unit's model characteristic, unless specifically stated otherwise, this allows you to ignore modifiers with the following characteristics: move, toughness, save, wounds, leadership, and objective control. And range, attacks, ballistic skill, weapon skill, strength, armor pen, and damage of their weapons and attacks. When ability allows you to ignore modifiers of the unit model's rolls or tests, it gives you specifically what those tests are. Finally, when rules state you can ignore any and all modifiers to stated characteristics or roll, you choose to ignore all the modifiers. So basically, you ignore the damage. Like, you just ignore everything. So with Mortarion, let's go to his sheet. Here is Mortarion. He ignores while friendly Death Guard units within 6 inches of this model. So not just him, everybody. That unit can ignore any and all modifiers to its characteristics and any roll or test made for it. So it basically just ignores everything. Him and everything within 6. So Morty basically is back on the table. Plagueburst crawlers, everything. You just don't ignore save characteristic modifiers. But we knew that playing the game. So I think with Morty being Morty, that is a huge buff to us. Nothing else really kind of changed. They just added some keywords to rapid ingress, which is what we were playing like anyway. There was also one more thing in the commentary. Oh, we thought that, or I thought that, with the Death Guard keyword, the rule, they changed that how you control objective markers is any phase now and turn. So phase and turn, you can control objective marker, but you still read the Death Guard wording, and it says that if you control the end of the command phase, it then becomes sticky. I was hoping all right, anytime you control the objective, it'll become sticky, which means at the end of the phase, it becomes sticky, and then you get to turn it into Death Guard objective, and then you get all the stratagems. Our stratagems still suck. They're still based off of controlling a objective marker that has been contagioned. So, spread the sickness. Yeah, so it's still really bad. There's some things that you can do, but you really have to be fighting over those objectives and controlling them as much as you possibly can throughout the game. So, still not the best, but that was definitely a good buff to Death Guard as well. There's also something we don't really bring anything besides Nurgle anyway, but the Chaos Demons, you can only bring units that are based off of that mark. So obviously we only bring Nurgle anyway, so it doesn't really affect us. And then nothing else changed with this deployment stratagem. So let's get into the points. Points were kind of shitty with the Plague Marines. A lot of people were buying a lot of Plague Marines and running 50 of them at LVO. LVO was crazy how many Death Guard there were, which I was excited. I walked by, I saw Morty, I was like, all right, I have to stop by and talk to this dude. So 5 models are 90 points, so they went up 10 points per 5. So a 10-man unit, you're up to 180 points now compared to 160. So 20 points per 10, which if you're running 5 guys at your list, basically went up 100 points. Sorry, 50 guys. And then the Plague Burst Crawler went up 15 points. So that was actually a big increase. I mean, we do need 180 points. I don't know if it's going to be comparable to what a Forge Fiend was doing before they got nerfed. Forge Fiends went up to 200 points. But these guys being 180 points, can they make their points back for being 180 points each? The ignoring everything now probably will help out, especially having Morty just stand next to 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, or have Plague Burst Crawlers walk up next to Morty, which is probably how I'm going to be testing it this Friday. So 3 Plague Burst Crawlers with Morty, ignoring all the modifiers, and still strength 8, AP 1. You get to ignore cover with the Lord of Virulence or the 1 CP strat. There's going to be a lot of combos you're going to be able to do with this. So I think 180 points is fair. But if you had 3 of them, it's basically, 30, 45 points. Your list just went up, plus all the Plague Marines. You got to do some changing of the list. There's nothing else over here that really went down. We should have had some points that went down on a lot of this stuff. I think the Blightlord Terminators, I don't think they've been in a list in a while. Somebody let me know if you've been running these guys. I tested out a 10-man with the Lord of Virulence. It wasn't bad, honestly, but I was hoping that their points would actually get decreased a little bit. The Byless Putrefire, everything else stayed the same. The Surgeon should have went down or changed his keyword to something, or put him in a Terminator unit, something. I don't know. Everything else stayed the same. Now, Death Shroud did go down 5 points, so that was cool. That wasn't something that we were expecting. 3 models for 120 points, so 40 points each. 6 models for 240, so basically 10-point savings. If you're running 2 5-mans, that'll be a 20-point savings in your list. Plus, we got the Lord of Virulence and Typhus, which probably were in a lot of lists that if we were running the Plague Burst Crawlers or Morty or something like that. So I think my list's gonna have Typhus with 5 of these guys, and then Lord of Virulence with 5 of these guys. So technically I saved 20 points there, 20 points there. That's 40 points plus 50, 60 points I saved there. The 3 of these guys went up 45. So still technically it was a 15-point addition, 15-point savings with that combo. Yes, Plague Marines went up 10, so still I technically lost 5. So it's going to be, your list shouldn't change that much. Nothing went down for the Deadly Pathogen. Tallyman still sucks. Oxwalkers are still pretty bad. They're just so slow. Here's another thing. Floated Blight Drone went down 10 points. Why? I don't know, but 100 points, they were viable. They were good. They were quick. Do secondaries, clear chaff or clear, Marines. They can advance and do an action, or fall back and do an action. So really good. So I think I'm going to run 3 of these guys as well. 3 of these for 180, 270 points. I think they'll be able to make their points back pretty easily. So having 3 of these guys, 3 Plaguebearers Crawlers, Morty, 6 Death Shroud Terminators, Typhus, Lord of Virulence, and just a bunch of chaff, Nurglings, whatchamacallit, the Cultists. You know, I think that's going to be my list I'm trying out for Friday. But we'll go over it at the end. I'll go over specifically what list we're trying out at the end. What else do we got? That was that. That was that over here. So anything change with the Death Guard in here? I don't think so. I don't think Death Guard changed. No, so Death Guard didn't get any red keywords in here. It mainly was the points as well as the ignoring everything again. And that was really it. So what are you guys thinking about Death Guard? I am excited to use them. I think there's going to be a lot of videos coming up on the channel if you guys are Death Guard players, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let me pull up 2 lists that I was creating since yesterday. I know Pastebin went down because everybody went on and just crashed the server. So let's go over some ideas that we can do for Death Guard. All right, first list is going to be pen and paper. 3 Vilest Putrefiers. I still think they're really good. Free grenade strat, as well as crits on 5s. So shooting and melee being able to crit on 5. Lord of Virulence gave him Chamber Lot because of the extra points, but you can choose whatever pathogen you want. Mortarion, the Warlord. Then we have Typhus, 80 points, good upgrade. We have 1 10-man Plague Marine unit with 1 Putrefier. 2 5-man Plague Marine units with the other 2 Putrefiers. So we got 20 Plague Marines, 2 Death Guard Rhinos fully kitted out, 3 Death Shroud Terminators to go with the Lord of Virulence, come down and help with the Plaguebearers Crawlers. We have 3 Plaguebearers Crawlers because obviously with Lord of Virulence and Mortarion, they're able to ignore a lot of shit. 10 Poxwalkers just to be with Typhus, kind of be annoying. And 3 Nurglings. That equals 2,000 points. So this is going to be a good list to try out. I'm going to be testing this out very soon. The next list is the Demon Engine list. So this list is 2 Biologist Putrefiers, Mortarion, 2 5-man Plague Marine units, 1 Rhino, Death Guard Cultists, 3 Bloat Drones, 3 Plaguebearers Crawlers, 2 units of Nurglings, and 2 Soul Grinders. Now you can run 2 Soul Grinders of Nurgle. They get the indirect fire Nurgle because they're Soul Grinders for Chaos. And you can bring them because you're bringing 2 Nurglings. With the new ruling, you have to bring a Battle Host unit or a battle line unit, which is a Nurgling, which is cool. And you can bring the Soul Grinders. So that's one option if you want to do some Demon Engines in your list. It's going to be 2 Plague Marines just for like going out on the side skirt and kind of running up and doing whatever they got to do. And then you have the Cultists to scout move either in the center or back. Then you have 3 fucking Bloat Drones standing near Mortarion with 3 Plaguebearers Crawlers walking up and just nuking everything on the other side. 2 Soul Grinders that can go over a 4-inch terrain. They have a bunch of shots. You have the Harvester Cannon, which is 36-inch range, 3 shots, strength 10, AP 1, 3 damage. They're really good in combat. They got extra attacks as well as the Iron Claw, like crazy for tank shock. Then we have the Plague Bombardment, 36-inch range, so same range. D6 plus 1 blast, indirect fire, lethal hits, strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage. So anything with -1 toughness with the Nurgle, it's going to combine really well. You can do -1 to the armor save as well. So all of these are basically going to be -1 extra to that guy's armor save or cover save. So, and they're all indirect. So basically you have 5 units on this table that is all indirect fire. They get to ignore everything. These 2 won't be able to ignore it just because they're not with Morty, but the 3 Plaguebearers Crawlers will be able to ignore the indirect fire penalty. But these guys just being able to do that and have some melee oomph as well. So that was a fun list, but I think the main list that I was going to do was the first one we went over. I think I have one more if you guys really... This is one I'm kind of excited for. This is going to be... Can't touch this list. It is a Death Guard Icon Bearer. He gives coming from reserves, plants the banner. Basically, you have an 18-inch, because you walk in 6, plants at 12, so 18-inch threat range for the Asia range. Lord of Virulence, Mortarion, and Typhus. Those are your characters. 2 Death Guard Cultist units, 6 Death Shroud Terminators. So you have a 6-man and then another 6-man, so actually 12 of them. And then you have 3 Blow Drones, 3 Plague Bearers Crawlers, and 2 Nurglings. So we got 3 really quick Blow Drones, 3 Plague Bearers Crawlers, Lord of Virulence, and Morty, giving them super buffs, and the Death Shroud icon being able to buff them as well, getting people in contagion range and stuff like that. Now, this list, you can do the -1 to hit or -1 weapon skill. Combine that with Typhus in combat. So if Typhus Rapid Ingress with 6 Death Shroud Terminators, he can then move up and charge something, and anything in contagion range is -1 weapon skill or ballistic skill. And then in combat, he's also additional -1 to hit. So he's at -2 to hit in combat. If Morty is on the table and the enemy units in contagion range, which most of the time they will be because you have so much to spread out with this list. Let me see. Blow Drone. No, I forgot they got rid of the Forge Fiend one where you can fly 14 inches. But that's why we have Death Guard Cultist that can pregame move 6 inches, and then they can advance turn 1 if you want to just throw Contagion, super far away. But the -2 to hit, -1 to hit in Contagion range to shooting, so -1 weapon skill, and then you can do Cloud of Flies on Morty. So anybody that shoots Morty that's in Contagion range, which most of the time they will be, is going to be -2 to hit. You have Space Marines hitting on 5s, right? Other Tyranids, all the Tau, all the shit hitting on 4s go to 6s. Orcs staying at 6s. Like, it's going to be really fun to test out. It's going to be the Can't Touch This. I'm going to play this on Friday, or probably Friday, and then Grey Knights on Saturday. But yeah, a lot of battle reports, a lot of tactical videos coming up for Death Guard as well as on the channel. If you guys like the tactical videos, make sure you're commenting. You guys want to head over to Patreon, support the channel. All these videos go up on Patreon first, and then there's specific tactical videos you can only get on Patreon. There's battle reports I only post on Patreon. So if you guys want to support the channel, want to watch specific battle reports, head over to patreon.com. If you guys want some dice, we have Dirtbag dice. We're shipping out them daily. So if you guys want those Dirtbag dice, hit me up on Discord. We sell them for $1 each. And then templates or objective markers are up on 3D6 Wargaming. There's a link below. Stickers, still got a ton of stickers to sell to support the channel. But guys, appreciate it. Let me know what you liked a lot about the Death Guard, not like about Death Guard. What did I miss? What can we improve on? And we will see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but this only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month here. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40k, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40k 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month,
that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000-point list, 1,500-point list, 2,000-point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. You guys, I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40k, head over to Patreon, join the competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.